Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shen Briscoe, coming to you live right here in St. Charles, Missouri, home of the first state capital, that is, back in 1873 to 1876. Yep, too many floods. They moved it up to Jefferson City and said, you know what, we don't want to swim to the Capitol meeting every other year, so we just move it. And so they did. Friday, January the 5th, 2023. Shen Show fans, Mary Ann Williams Briscoe, a.k.a. my mommy, and then Pokey pals out there. Give you a shout out and get some special posts. Special return posts for Joseph Marshall, Julie Rigot, and Amanda Suvettel. And there's your Shen Show shout outs for today. No birthdays today, so um, chili burgers. Uh, Sloppy Joe's. That's what's going on today over at Helping Hands Thrift Store, and Foster Care Closet, uh, VIP Diner. They're having Sloppy Joe's and pineapple upside down cake. So slip on by, get yourself something good to eat. Open till 6 p.m. The diner is, and thrift shop is open to still that time too. I don't know what specials they're playing with the thrift shop today. Uh, I didn't see anything other than just Bev's one post. So I'll tell you what, though, go on over. You tell them that Shenandoah Briscoe sent you, and you'll get a discount. That's right. You will get 100 guaranteed free percent. 100 free smile from Bev whenever. And and Tim will probably give you a smile too. But anyway, yep, you got it. Sloppy Joe's and upside down pineapple cake, or pineapple upside down cake, whichever way you prefer to phrase it. Okay, and they're the sponsor of our weather forecast for today. And the weather forecast for today, uh, today's high temperature was 43 degrees. And no, wait a minute, 48 degrees. 48 degrees was the high for today. But we're going to have some snow this evening, and that'll be transitioning into snow showers later on tonight. Low temperatures of 32 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of snow 90%. That's 1 to 3 inches expected. So tomorrow morning, with it being 38 degrees, it might linger around for a little bit. So, anyway, you're going to have cloudy skies for tomorrow, Saturday, January the 6th. Cloudy skies throughout the day, high temperatures of 38 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overcast skies later on at night, low temperatures of 33 degrees Fahrenheit, winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Sunday, Sunday, January the 7th, cloudy skies early will become partly cloudy skies later in the day. High temperatures of 41 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies during the evening will give way to cloudier skies during overnight. Low temperatures will be 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Monday, January the 8th, cloudy skies with occasional rain showers for the afternoon. High temperatures of 44 degrees Fahrenheit with winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. Cloudy with rain and snow in the evening, with changes of with be changing over to rain overnight, melting off that snow. Good things. Low temperatures of 36 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of precipitation 100%. And then for Tuesday, January the 9th, rain and snow in the morning, turning into all snow in the afternoon. High temperatures of 38 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north to northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Chances of precipitation 100%. About an inch of snow is expected. Higher wind gusts are quite possible. Now, snow in the evening will yield to mostly cloudy skies overnight. Low temperatures of 24 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 15 to 25%. Chances of snow 80%, and about 1 inch of snow is expected. Ow, my foot hurts. Okay, and for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, Wednesday, the Saturday the 10th, sunshine and cloudy day. High temperatures near 35 degrees, I must say. Winds southwest to 10 to 20, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Few clouds from time to time. Overnight, low temperatures of 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that, my friends, is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. All right then. Well, let's move right on in. We're going to move it on over. I'm moving on over. Because the big daddy is moving in. Let's do that one. Song lyrics, move it on over. I came in late and about 10:30. The baby of mine wouldn't let me in. She's a moving on over. I rocking on over. Moving on over, little dog. Because the mean old big dog's moving in. Well, she told me not to mess around, but I done let the deal go down. Moving on over. I rocking on over, move it on over, nest dog, 'cause the fat dogs are moving in. Well, she changed the locks and on my back door. Now my key won't fit no more. I move it on over. I said I rock it on over. I move it on over, nice dog, because mean dogs are moving in. Well, she threw me out. Just pretty as you please. Pretty soon I'll be searching, scratching the fleas. I said, move it on over, slide it on over, move it on over, nice dog. A mean dog is moving in. Yeah, listen to me, dog. Before you start, while the side, before you start whining, that slide yourself. And shoot, can't see it, it's too small. Microphone off. There we go. Oh, that's probably what's going on. But these speakers aren't even on at all. Bar. We got some sound now. All right. That slide yourself over and this side is mine. So moving on over. I said rocking on over. I said, yeah, she changed my locks and my back door. Now my key won't fit no more. I move it on over. I said, I rock it on over. I move it on over, little dog. 'Cause the big dogs are moving in. I said, I move it on over. I move it on over. I move it on over. Won't you just rock it on over? Move it on over, cool dog. 'Cause the hot dog is moving in. All right. You got any song requests? She was crying over me. I said crying over me. Actually, I was crying over you. But song lyrics, crying, Ronnie Millsap. Oh, it's not the one I wanted. Go ahead. Do this. We like our A to Z lyrics. They're so much better. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. But then I saw you last night. But you held my hand so tight. When you stopped to say hello, although you wished me well, you couldn't tell that I was crying over you. I've been crying over you since you said so long and left me standing all alone and crying, 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 crying. It's hard to understand, but the truth of your hand or the touch of your hand can start me crying, crying, crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before, darling. What can I do? 'Cause you don't love me, and I will always be crying over you. Yes, I'm crying over you. Yes, now you got me, and from this moment on, I'll be crying, 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 crying over you. Let's see. Here we go. Song lyrics: Baby's got her blue jeans on. Got out on the corner about traffic light. Everybody's looking as she goes by. They turn their heads and they watch her till she's gone. Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on. Well, up by the bus stop, at across the street, all three open windows to take a peek. How she goes, just a walking, rocking like a rolling stone. Well, bye bye. I would say your name, but I didn't get permission to say your names.
What is fine, Charvay?
All right, folks. Charvay says goodbye. She's my brand new caregiver from the brand new company, um, Angels. I mean, not Angels. Annie's Dream Home Healthcare. That's right. Annie's
See you in
Dream.
the morning.
Alrighty, I'll be here. Well, not right here. I'll be back there somewhere.
Okay.
Just remember, knock on the side door. Come on in.
Okay.
And turn the coffee pot. All right, where are we at? Well, by the bus stop and across the street, they open up their windows to take a peek. How she goes walking, rocking like a rolling stone. I said, heaven help us, baby's got her blue jeans on. She can't help it if she's made that way. They're not to blame if they, she's not to blame if they look her way. She ain't trying to cause a scene. It just comes naturally. No, girl can't help it. Well, upon Main Street, by the taxi stand, there's a crowd of people and a traffic jam. She don't look back. She ain't doing nothing wrong. I said, Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on. She can't help it if she's made that way. She's not to blame if they look her way. She's not, she ain't really trying to cause a scene. It just comes naturally. No, the girl can't help it. Well, down on the corner, by the traffic light, everybody's looking as she goes by. They turn their heads and they watch her till she's gone. Said, Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on. I said, heaven help us, baby's got her blue jeans on. There you go. I think that's it for the show today. We'll go ahead and do TV Grandpa story time. Story time with TV Grandpa. Hey kiddos, it's TV Grandpa coming back to you one more time. Uh, we're going to jump up on the couch or jump up on the bed, wherever it is. We rest our sleepy little head, and we're going to lull ourselves off to the sleepy land of dreamland. And TV Grandpa's going to help us with a little story. So, here we go. Baby's got her blue jeans on. Ba 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 da da da. Yep 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 yep. Better ding 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 ding. Ba ba da ba 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 da ba 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 da da ba da. Ba da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Ba da da ba ba da ba ba ba. Boo, be do 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 do. Ba da ba da ba da ba ba. Ba da do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da boo. Ba 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 ba. Ba da ba da ba da. Ba da da da. She don't look back. She's not trying to cause a scene. I said, heaven help us. Baby's got her blue jeans on. Hot dog. Well, what are we going to do? Yak? Well, ba-da-da, be-da-da. I think we'll just do St. John. St. George. St. George and the Dragon. That's what we're going to do today. So, for y'all ready for it, just tune on in, jump on up under the covers, or wherever it is you want to relax and roll your eyes and go to sleep. So here we are, St. George and the Dragon. It was published in uh, Heroes uh, Every Child Should Know from 1905, adapted by Hamilton Wright Mabel. So here we go. In the year 208, in a town in Cappadocia, there was born the great soldier and champion oppressed of the oppressed, whom we call Saint George. His parents were Christians, and by them, the especially by his mother, he was most carefully instructed and trained. Now, when the youth came to the age of 17 years, he took up the profession of arms. And since he was gifted with beauty of person, intelligence, and in exquisite courtesy, he rose rapidly to a considerable military rank. Especially, he passed his imperial master, Diocletian. Well, one day when the emperor, who was devoted to the worship of Apollo, was consulting at his shrine to the god upon the altar of a much importance, from the dark depths of the cavern came forth a voice saying, "The just who are on the earth will keep me from telling you the truth." But then, and by then, the inspiration of the sacred tripod is made a lie. And at once the emperor was stricken with consternation, and asked who these just people were. "Master," answered one of the priests of Apollo. They are the Christians. This answer so intrigued or enraged and Dulcian that he reckoned recondite his persecution. He rekindled. He rekindled his persecution. Now, from the first of the young soldiers, George had burned with indignation because of the unspeakable cruelties put upon Christians, and he had spoken out boldly in defense of his brethren, and his friends, and counseled silence, and he concealed silence and pers- per, prudence. But George would have none. He never. He knew, however, that he might be called upon to suffer at any time, and he hoped to do better work for the world and to die after braver efforts. So he therefore disturbed his money, distributed his money and his fine apparel among the poor and needy, as set free at the slaves he possessed, and went forth upon nightly travels. And while pricking one uh, one day through the plains of Libya, he came to cistern, a cistern city, a certain city called Saline. Okay, the people of which mm, were bellowing a dire ouch misfortune that had come upon them. An enormous dragon had issued from a marsh uh, neighboring the town and devoured had devoured all their flocks and herds. And already the monster had then taken dwelling near the city walls, and at such distance the people had been able to keep him only by granting him 2 sheep every day for his food and drink. And if they had failed in this, he would have come within their walls and poisoned every man, woman, and child with his plagues like breath. But now already all the flocks and the herds and the bean eaters, nothing remained to fill the insatiable maw of the dragon, but the little people of the homes and hearths of all the town. And every day 2 children were now given him. Each child taken was under the age of 15 and was chosen by lot. And thus it happened that every house and every street and all the public squares echoed with the wailing of unhappy parents and the cries of the innocent who were soon to be offered. Now, in shoot, stop. Now, okay, enough of it. You can stop wiggling and hurting and twisting and doing your thing. So by now, already the flocks and herds had been eaten and nothing remained. So they started giving their children. and any child under the age of 15 was chosen by lot. And thus it happened that every house and every street and all the public squares echoed with the wailing of the unhappy parents and the cries of the innocents who were soon to be offered. And now it changed. And now it chanced that the king of the city had one daughter, an exceedingly fair girl, both in mind and body. And after many days of choosing of lots for the sacrifice, and after many blooming girls and boys had met up an unhappy death, the lot fell on his maiden Caleodanda. And when her father, the king, heard his misfortune, he, in his despair, he offered all the gold in the state treasury and even half his kingdom to redeem the maiden. But at this many to redeem the maiden. But at this, many fathers and mothers who had lost their children already murmured greatly and said, O king, art thou just by the edict that thou hast made us this desolate? And now, behold, thou wouldest withhold thine own child. You would hold up your own child, but you, not your own child. You will try to keep your own child. And thus the people spoke. And speaking, they waxed worth greatly. And so, joining together, they marched, threatening to burn the king in his palace unless he delivered the maiden to fulfill her lot. And to such demands the king performed and submitted. And at that last, he asked only a delay of 8 days, which he might spend with the lovely girl and beguile her fate. This is the people granted. And so, at the end of the time agreed, the fair victim was led forth, and she fell at her father's feet, asking his blessing and protesting that she was ready to die for her people. And then, amid tears and lamentations, she was led to the walls and put without, and the gates were shut and barred against her. Now she walked towards the dwelling of the dragon, and soon slowly and painfully, for the road was strewn with the bones of her playmates, and she wept as she went on her way. It was this very morning that George, courageously seeking to help the weak and strong, to serve the truth, was passing by in his nightly journey, and he saw stretched before him the noisome path, and moved to the side saw a beautiful maiden in tears, and he cheeked his charger and asked her why she wept. And the whole pitiful story she recounted, to which the valiant one answered, Fear not, I will deliver you, and on no Noble youth, cried the fair victim, tarry not here, lest you perish with me. Fly, I beseech you. But God forbid that I should fly. And so George, in answer, I will lift my hand against this lawfully thing, and I will deliver you through the power that lives in all true followers of Christ. All that moment, the dragon was seen coming forth from his lair, half flying and half crawling towards them. Fly, I beseech you, flee, I beseech you, brave knight, cried the fair girl, trembling. Leave me here to die. But George answered not. Rather, he put spurs to his horse and calling up his lord, he rushed towards the monster, and after a terrible and prolonged combat, pinned the mighty hulk of the earth from his lance. And then he called to the maiden to bring him the griddle. With this, he bound the dragon fast and gave the end of the griddle into her hand, and she subdued the monster. The monster crawling after them like a dog. Now, walking in the way, they approached the city. All the onlooking people were stricken with terror. But George called out to them, saying, Fear not, only believe in Christ, and through whose help I have conquered this adversary, and live in accordance with his teaching, and I will destroy him before your eyes. And so the king and the people delivered or believed, and such as life they endeavored to live. And then St. George slew the dragon and cut off its head, and the king gave great treasures to the knight. But all the rewards George distributed among the sick and the necessitations, and kept nothing for himself. And then he went further on his way of helpfulness. And about this time, the emperor did a declaration, issued an edict, which was published the length and breadth of his empire. This edict was nailed to the door of temples, upon the walls of public markets, and in places people frequented. And those who read it with terror and hid their faces in despair, for it commanded all Christians, uh, condemned all Christians. But St. George, when he saw the writing, was filled with indignation, that spirit and courage which comes to all of us from communion with the eternal powers. Sorry, we're blacking out. We're going to quit the Bible Briscoe because we're losing it. So we're going to go ahead and go to the Daily Bread program. And it's going to be brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2023. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2023 will be in Genesis 13 through 15 and Matthew 1 through 26. Or Matthew 5, 1 through 26. Okay? All right. Today's devotion in the daily bread portion of the program is God at the Crossroads. And we're going to be reading Deuteronomy 30, 15 through 20. And so here we go. Ow, my shoulder hurts. Okay, Deuteronomy 30, 15 through 20. See, I set before you today life and prosperity, death and destruction. For I commanded you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in obedience to him, and to keep his commands, decrees, and laws. And then you will live in increase, and the Lord your God will bless you, and in the land you are entering to prosper, to possess. But if you hurt, if in your, if your heart turns away and you are not obedient, and if you're drawn away to bow down to other gods and worship them, I declare to you this day that you will certainly be destroyed. You will not live along in the you will not live long in the land you are crossing the Jordan to enter and possess. And this day I call the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you, in that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. And now choose life, so that you are and your children may live, and that you may love the Lord your God, and listen to his voice, and hold fast to him. For the Lord is your life, and he will give you many years in the land. So he swore to give your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And so there you have it. That was the daily bread portion of the program, which concludes the Bible with Briscoe 2023 for today. I, Shen Briscoe, have enjoyed being your. Wait a minute. The Bible with Briscoe. Yeah, no, that's the Shen Show we're on. Like I said, I'm getting a little lightheaded here. So, because my shoulder's hurting so bad. Alrighty then. Hey, that's it. That's all. That's the Shen Show in the can. We're done. We're up. We're out. We're in. We're finished. Thank you, my friends. All right. God bless you all, and goodbye. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye bye.